Good morning or good afternoon, seventh graders. It is time for the introduction to the mini economy. Okay, hey, I'm sorry I can't be there today. I've got a sick one at home with all this stuff going around. All right, so let's just get right to it. I'm just going to walk you through what I would have done in class, and I'm going to just give you a lot of information. And it would probably be a good idea to write some of these things down. You will have received a copy of one of these sheets that we're looking at right now. And like I said, good to copy some things down or write some things down so you can remember them later, especially when we get to talking about the jobs and what's allowed in the mini economy and what's not. Okay, first of all, the mini economy is a mixed economy. Like all the economies in the world, they are mixed economies. Now, you know what the types are: command, free market, and traditional. But no country really is just one of those. They're a mix. Like the United States, we lean, of course, towards free market, right? But we do have the government has a part to play, so there is a little bit of command. And then, of course, we have our own traditions. Like, for example, Thanksgiving is coming up. We're only one of two countries in the world that has an official Thanksgiving Day. That is economic because businesses are closed. The next day is Black Friday, where people spend a lot of money as they get ready for Christmas and the holidays. And so it is very economic. All right, so we are a mixed economy too. Uh, our mini economy has a glorious leader, and you're listening to him right now. The glorious leader has total control over all things. However, the glorious leader allows lots of free market principles in the mini economy. So you're free to open up almost any kind of business. There's a lot of things you can do. All right, that would represent economic freedom. And of course, we do have some traditions mixed in there too. One of our traditions that you'll find out later is Festivus. I can't wait for that. Okay, moving on. What is the mini economy? If you would just kind of follow through with me as I read this. So, in our seventh grade classroom, the simulation mini economy can serve as an engaging educational tool that introduces students to basic economic concepts. By creating a simulated marketplace, students become the producers, consumers, and sellers, allowing them to experience trade firsthand. Students will earn checkbook dollars through participation in activities, completing assignments, or exhibiting good behavior, which they can then use to buy supplies, snacks, privileges, lots of different things from entrepreneurs in the mini economy. Students may also have the choice of working for the glorious leader or the government. Okay, so we've been kind of doing some of that stuff, right? Some of you have earned things like $1 for being awesome. Maybe you did something in class. I gave $5 the other day for somebody's birthday. Okay, so these are just things that happen. You've been doing assignments. There's been activities like the group challenge as well that you're going to earn money on that I will reveal to my blocks 1, 5, and 7 on next Wednesday. Okay, let's finish this part out. This hands on approach encourages collaboration, decision making, and critical thinking as students learn about supply and demand, budgeting, and the value of goods and services. As they navigate this mini economy until December, and that's like through December, I think our last one will probably be the 18th or 19th of December. They also develop essential life skills such as negotiation, responsibility, and money management. Well, how do you see those three things? Well, money management, you're already starting to work on with that check register homework. That is what we're going to do for mini economy. You are going to receive a check register. It's like your wallet. All of your money's going to be in there. Responsibility, because you have a job and you need to take care of yourself. You're going to have to get an income. And negotiation, that might come into play with your businesses. We call it also haggling. For example, like something's for sale for $10, somebody offers 5, they agree on 7, for example. Okay. All right. So that's the mini economy. Here are some goals of the mini economy experience. First and foremost, everybody, we want to have fun. Okay, that's what it's all about. School should be fun. Hopefully, you've had some fun in class this year. Hopefully, you've had some laughs in class this year, whether they're at my expense or just other funny things in the classroom. We want school to be fun. All right, you're going to learn how to manage your money, like I said, with the checkbook dollars. You can see off to the right the person there with their little checkbook register. That's what you're going to get. I already have them. You'll be handed out these next week. The students will have to learn the importance of having an income. Okay, you got to earn money. All right, the home for the poor is not a fun place to be. You don't want to be there when the simulation ends. It's bad. Okay, students will learn to keep track of their money and spending, money in, money out. And then students will write, as part of your evaluation, there's going to be a reflection essay at the very end of this experience in December. So when we leave in December for our break, you will be done, and you will be evaluated on this activity from your work in your check register, your little wallet, and your essay. And of course, participation is huge in this. Okay? All right. Let's move to how you earn an income. You got to have a job. I'm going to start first with the public sector. Then I will talk about the private sector. In the real world, you will have a job in one of those two sectors. Public sector is government. Private sector is everything else. Businesses run by private individuals. I work at University School of Milwaukee. I work in the private sector. Okay, so here we have the government, the public sector. And I'm going to explain that, what that means right now. So these are some of the previous jobs in the past. We have some of these listed on a website that I'll show you in a little bit. Okay? So working for the government, you have to apply for a job, and the job applications, you'll see these next week. That's one of them right there. You will see that next week. Okay? But you're going to fill this out. We'll see you on Wednesday next week. Anybody that wants to work for a government job can get one of these in the classroom, and you'll be filling it out. What happens if you have two people apply for the same job? Well, only the best qualified person will be able to get it. Well, how do you know if you're best qualified? What can you do? I've created a video for you that's on our Mark Waldia site. Okay, so I'm going to move that away. And let's see here. I wanted to show you this. So if you go here to our topics page and you go into Mark Waldia, you're going to see public sector job descriptions. And it looks like this. Okay. Oh, these are the jobs, that we have right now. I wanted to go to, sorry guys, I'm all over the place here. Come on, baby. Oh, there it is. Okay. Public sector job descriptions. So if you want to read through these, you can anytime. You can today, you can next week. It's up to you. These are the current jobs. This is what they get paid. 20 glorious liter bucks per pay period. All right, so every time we have mini economy, whether it's a market day where we sell things or a work day where people are just getting work done, every time we have a mini economy day, the government worker gets paid. Okay, so this person will be 20 glorious liter bucks. You can see there's some other jobs. You can read through what they're going to do. Okay, and on that note, when we do a mini economy, it's not the whole 80-minute class period. Whenever we do a mini economy day, what I mean by that is it's going to be probably around a 20 to 25-minute period of time of class. I imagine that the first couple of these will be a little longer just as we get ourselves set up on our mini economy. Okay? So you're welcome to look at that. Again, that was right here. This other one I saw, you can go here and see if jobs have been taken. So clearly nobody's got any jobs yet because we're just getting started. All right. So let's get out of all that stuff. Okay. So that's working in the public sector, working for the government. No, You cannot work for the government and be an entrepreneur too. All right, that's called moonlighting, and that's not allowed. So, looking at the government jobs, here's your benefit. The benefit of government job is the steady paycheck. The cost, well, you give up what the entrepreneurs are able to do, and that might be sort of like unlimited money. All right, there's no cap on the money they can earn. All right, so that's like the cost. However, with entrepreneurs, they have the risk, so you'll find out more about that in a moment. If you have any questions about government jobs, just let me know, and you can send me a MyUSM message. I'll get back to you at some point, but I'm going to move on now to the private sector. Okay, so a lot of you are going to want to open up your own business. You want to be an entrepreneur. I think that's awesome. The benefit of being an entrepreneur is there really isn't a cap to the amount of money that you can earn. Okay? You set your own prices. You're going to determine what it is that you want to sell. I'll talk about a lot of those different things in a moment. Okay? And this is the part where some of you really are going to need to write some things down because we do have some rules and regulations for the private sector. All right? Okay. So what's the cost of it? The cost of it is that, well, remember when you're opening a business, there's a risk. You may make no money. So that's the cost, right? So there's a level of uncertainty there, right? Remember we learned that with free market? Level of worker uncertainty. Okay. So private sector. If you want to become an entrepreneur, be creative. All right, creative students have made some really interesting businesses over the last few years. I've seen art galleries. I've seen casinos. I've seen gaming businesses, video gaming businesses. I've seen a lot of different things, and I even hesitate to share that with you because I think that takes away from some of your creativity, because I'm already giving you stuff, right? And you didn't think about it. I've seen movie theaters, okay? Yes, all of these things have been businesses. People have been super creative, and I think you can be too. But what's probably most important is identifying a need or a want in the mini economy. It could be a service, right, that you could do for somebody, all right? Anything that you can do to earn glorious leader bucks. All right. Many of you are going to want to try to sell food and that kind of stuff, all right? So tasty things, and that's allowed. All right, one of the first things is there's no candy, there's no soda, all right, none of that. And here's some other things that aren't on this list here. We are not buying things from stores and then bringing them into the mini economy. All right, we're not doing that. If you're going to have like a bakery or treat business or snack, there has to be, are you listening? It has to be homemade. You make it, okay? And then bring it in. Next, another big rule. To start off the mini economy, you are limited, the government limits you to 12 or a dozen items to sell. There's a lot of reasons for that. We don't want people coming in with a lot of things and say they came in with 25 items and they sold one. Okay? So we don't want a lot of leftovers. We don't want leftovers being at school. We have mice at USM. We don't want to take up room in the lockers with food that then you forget about it and it smells and it's nasty. That's happened before. Or trying to fill up a fridge with things that we have. Like we have a fridge in Miss Verwink's area that we use. Okay? So make sure you're remembering some of these things and writing it down. No candy or soda. No items bought at stores and then just brought into school. That's not really trying hard. And I don't really want you to spend money. But making things at home and bringing them in, starting with a dozen. Later, the glorious leader may rethink that if a business wants to approach him on it. Okay? Anything that's made at home should be prepackaged in little baggies as well. That you would need to get. All right? Okay. Tasty liquids are welcome too, just no soda at all. Okay? And you can always check with the glorious leader later what those tasty liquids could be. there's not a limit of 12 on something like that, right? It's something that people would bring in, probably in a cooler, and they would take the cooler with them at the end of the day. Okay, probably the best store that I've ever seen, the ones that seem to be, in many cases, the most successful, are what we would call the general store. And that is students that go home, find items that they don't want anymore or other family members don't want anymore, and they bring them in and sell them. One man's trash is another's treasure, right? That won't be the last time you hear that in this classroom. So, uh, I think my most successful entrepreneur ever was Fiona Hernandez. She's in the upper school now, I think, still there. I think she just continually brought in items, and people bought them. Glorious Leader bought things, and I think she ended with the most money ever for an entrepreneur, and that was a general store. Okay, all right. So on this one, if you wanted to open up this kind of a business, next week you're going to get a business license. This is for entrepreneurs. This whole document would be cut in half, right? Rental agreements or something else. All right. So you would get a business license and fill it out and turn it into me. Okay. If you have questions about the entrepreneurs, like can we work with a partner? Yes, but remember you have to split your profits. Okay, and how you do that is going to be up to you guys. Can you leave being an entrepreneur and go get a government job or vice versa? Of course, people do that in the real world all the time. Okay, all right, I need to wrap this up because I want you guys to go build on Kiva. You are welcome to send me any messages on my USM and I'll get back to you. But I wanted to say something about the rental agreement. You are going to have bills in the mini economy, just like the real world. One of those is renting your desk. Your desk is your home and your workspace, and it does cost you money. How much is determined on where the desk is. Our room will always, whenever we have mini economy, the room shape will be different, and not like it is today, how the desks are. It'll be different, and different desks are valued at different money. Later, when people begin to earn money, you are allowed to buy a desk if you can afford it. Of course, if you buy a desk, you don't pay rent anymore to the Glorious Leader, so that's nice. You save that money. Think how awesome it would be to own all the desks in the room if you were a student and charge everybody rent. Cha-ching, right? Okay. All right, that's it for right now. We will talk more on Wednesday next week as people begin to fill out these forms and get ready. We're going to shoot for our first selling day, first market day, next Friday with you guys, okay? And we'll talk more about that Wednesday because people would have to prepare some things and be ready for Friday. Okay, all right. Send me messages. Talk to you later, and do a good job building those Kiva games. See you guys.